it's always nice to get ideas for little art projects that we can do at home, that we can learn from and that we can develop. And this little book that I have from David Hockney's, called My Window, gave me the idea to give to you for an art project, to do like he did. So he's done all these on his iPad, but we don't have to use an iPad, we can use whatever. And the great thing about these is it helps you both to loosen up with your drawing and sketching, but also to get some distance and some light. So those are the two things we want to look at really with this, is getting distance and light. So this book is just full of all these iPad drawings that he did of his bedroom window ledge and the flowers and plants that were on them. And I'm going to read to you what he wrote, because it's not got much writing in it, this book. It's just got this to begin with. And I'm just going to read to you what he wrote about this book. So My Window describes flowers and the sunrise in Bridlington, East Yorkshire. I started on the iPhone in 2009. There was a great advantage in this medium because it's backlit and I could draw in the dark. I didn't even have to get out of bed. Everything I needed was on the iPhone. From about April to August, when the sun is in the north, if I didn't pull the curtains or lower the Venetian blind down, the sun would wake me up at about 4:30 a.m. on the 21st of June. I would never have thought to do a sunrise without the iPhone. My friend John would put different flowers there every 2 or 3 days. I drew on the iPhone with my thumb, but when the iPad came out in 2010, I immediately got one from California, probably the first one in Bridlington. Ever since, I've used the iPad, as I could draw with a stylus and get more details in. And he wrote that on the 17th of August 2019. And that's presumably a little sketch he's done of him in bed with the flowers there and the light, the morning light coming through. So there's something quite special about morning light. So we'll take a very quick look through the book and then I'll talk about what I've done and what you could perhaps do. So because he used his thumb, there's obviously not going to be any much detail in here. So what I did was use a big brush. So that's always a good tip if you want to get loose with your painting and sketching, is to use a bigger brush or a bigger pen, whatever it is you're working with. You might have an iPhone, iPad that you want to use, but I prefer to get my paints out. So we can see here, and this is something throughout the book, he does the same scene, the same flowers over and over, getting the different light as the sun comes up and as the colours alter, and cast the flowers more into shadow or brighten the flowers up more. So the same couple of roses there at a slightly different, it could only be half an hour apart, you don't know. And then we've got the same roses again, with the colour there. So you'll find this throughout, again, the same roses. So that's the first 5 images, all the same roses. And again, same 2. And what he's doing here is observing the light coming through the window and the effect that that has on these flowers. If you don't have any flowers, you could pop outside and get some, hopefully, if you've got that option. If not, you can do a house plant, you could do an apple, you could do your mug, anything. The main thing is you've got that window ledge and the morning light coming through. So here we can see the sun's, there's just a tiny touch of yellow down here. Sun's about to come up and then the sun is coming up, and then that's lighting the flowers up more there. And I think we've got the same, yes, we've got the same flowers on the next page when they're completely lit up. So often we've got the darkness inside of the Venetian blinds with the sun on the outside. So completely black. So these were done at an earlier time of day than when I did mine. And of course, it's not just about the time of day, it's also about the time of year. So here we've got daffodils, so obviously in spring. So think about that when you're doing your sketch. You might be watching this video at a completely different time of year. The colours in the sky change considerably. The tones in the sky do at different times of year as well. So just think about that. We've got an iris there. And again, doing the same one over and over. So I'm not going to go through them all. in the same roses. Particularly like that one with the tulips. So if we're wanting to create distance, then you have to have more going on inside, more detail inside than you've got outside. So let's just look at an example. Well, got hardly any detail at all outside, and then a wine bottle here. So like I said, it doesn't have to be flowers. Got that wine bottle. I'll stop at this page because this one is particularly lovely. I like how he's got the light on this coffee pot. So again, there's no flowers, but the morning light is hitting that coffee pot and it's picking up the surrounding colours. That's just gorgeous. I really like that. And then again, here we've got the white as the sun's coming in onto that lily. So very impressionistic, very bold, very colourful, as is his style, because he likes colour, light colour, and was just so joyful about nature. If you've ever seen any of his interviews, that just shines through, this love of nature and the joy for the colour and the form. So here we've got the sunflower against the blue vase, so that classic thing there of that contrast. And then we've got contrast here, so that's another word we need to think about, something I've talked about often. We've got it really cold outside with the snow, and then inside we've got this warm cup of coffee. So that's a literal contrast, isn't it, really? But and we've got much more natural colours here in the actual woodwork. Often with mine, although it's a white plastic frame, it's not showing as white because it's in the shadow. So that's something you need to think about. And don't be doing the whole window either. You know, some of these are most of the window, but none of them have got the top of the window on. Most of them have just got a little portion. So we've just got the corner there and this cactus. So think about cropping in, just got those lines. So then we've got the contrast again. So that word again, the contrast between the curves and the flowing shapes of the plants and the very straight lines of the windowsill. So again, we've got these nice softness to the flowers and then the very angular shapes in the window ledge. Okay, so I think we'll leave that there, and I will just quickly talk through what I did. So like I said, I didn't do the whole window. We've just got that coming down, the frame here and here. And like I said, it's white, but because the light's coming from behind, that's in the shadow, so it wasn't appearing as white. So think about that, have a look at yours. It will depend as well on what lights you've got going on inside. Mine was in the kitchen. Yours could be any other room. It just doesn't matter which room it is, as long as, you know, you think about the time of day and the light that you've got there. So mine was quite a flat light outside. You can see that it's very flat behind here. I've got no detail in these background trees, the lawn and the shrubs and things. A very boring kind of a day, not a great sunrise at all, quite a flat light, quite an overcast day. But then you've got much more light inside. So inside, you want more depth of colour, so you want to use them more concentrated. I could have put a ground underneath, a colour underneath on this pad. So this pad is an oil pad, although I've used my acrylics on it. But I just went straight onto the white canvas, and it's quite a nice canvas to use. So the brush that I used was a flat number 10. The great thing about using a flat brush is, as well as getting the coverage on, you can then use it to create little bits of line. I could have done more with the line. You know, he uses a lot of black line, and I do that in my work quite often. Those of you that are familiar with my work will know that I like using a black line. I'm getting tired, piffling on, and I've had to record this 3 times because I've had problems with the camera, so do bear with me. So yeah, I could have used a black line like he did. I could have done all sorts of things, but I wanted to keep it quick and sketchy with a big brush, and just think about that distance from outside, bringing the inside forward with stronger colours and some highlights there. And that was what was on my windowsill. And I wasn't going to do paint along and do this, telling you what to do, because this was just for those of you that are perhaps a bit more confident and want an easy exercise to make you look at light and distance, and the way that the light bounces around from the window. Okay, so don't do the full window. I've just got that there, and that's all you need. So I'm going to wrap it up at that. I think that's enough of me piffling on. If you want to let me know how you get on in the comments below, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. So think about contrast, think about form. We've got contrast with the colour, we've got contrast with the sharp lines of the window ledge as opposed to the more fluid natural lines of the plants. So those are two things you can think about getting in. Okay, so I will be back again soon. Thank you very much for joining me today. Let me know what you think, and bye bye for now.